Hi, Virgo. This is Jess with your July 10th, 2020 weekly general read. I hope you guys are having an enjoyable day so far. So, Virgo, um, definitely see a trip, big time trip or move, transitioning from one job to the next. I also see for some of you, family income could reduce. Someone in the family's income, there's a reduction in income when it comes to family. I feel like some of you guys are working really hard. You are doing your, diligence background checks if you're looking, or if you've just recently gotten hired for a new job. You're trying to square away a lot of things because you're anticipating this transition. So it could be I'm going from not working to working, or I won't be having this job soon. So let me make sure I get everything taken care of before I leave. So there's I get transition when it comes to career and finance for a lot of you Virgos. And you may be working hard like overtime, or you have been, because you're preparing for, I get what looks to be a vacation or going away. Now, some of you may have wanted to go really far. I don't see that necessarily happening for a lot of you. You may have to cancel because of, what we're going through. You were planning to spend a nice little penny for some of you, and it was going to be extremely romantic. For some of you, it could even been a destination wedding, I see as well. Whether you were in a party for the wedding, or you were having it yourself, I do see plans kind of changing as well around this destination wedding of some sort. There could be money lost because of it, and that's not ever fun. But yeah, there's going to be some adjustments in that. If it's not that, then it is some type of a trip, as I said, some trip that's going on that you're going to have to make some changes. Probably stay a little bit more local. Don't go too far. It's kind of what I see here for some of you. And then I also see someone may not be able to go with you. I get a male energy, may not be able to go because they have to work. So it's something about can't go because of work, or trying to square away things at work so that you can go, but not going at a distance, not going too far, but even maybe being able to kind of lose a little bit of money or spending a little more than you probably anticipated for this trip. For some of you, I feel your work is going to slow down. This is a 4, right? Yeah. Work is going to slow down. And some of you kind of okay with that. You anticipate that because I feel like some of you are, love seems to be a little bit of a focus here. Is more what it looks like. People are getting along at the workplace, especially men. Male energy seems to be easy to get along with right now. Women can be a little bit challenging at times, but they're going to give it to you truthful and direct. And it looks like some of you are in this slow and steady path forward. Some of you are actually looking to, again, like I said, look into changing your job, possibly transitioning, transferring out of one place or another. If you're looking for new work, though, you will find it very difficult to find work the traditional way that you're used to. Okay. Something about that is just not going to be going the way it normally go. And so you're going to have to make some adjustments, new strategies, new plans, new strategies, new plans, and you have to plot differently, right? You have to plan differently in order for things to work. And also I feel like salaries are decreasing major. So, if you're used to getting six-figure income, you may be an extremely valuable person, but everybody's kind of tightening the purse strings right now. So, don't let that get in your way. Obviously, I don't think any smart person would just say, well, no, I'm supposed to get 100,000. How dare you give me, 80 grand, knowing that, a major recession is afoot. So there could be that for some of you, like money is a little bit less salary wise, but again, you're going to need to see that there needs to be some kind of adjustments, right? More work, a little less pay, and not being very happy about it. I don't know who would be. So there's some of that going on with some of you too. Okay. And I would say be conservative financially. The next 2 weeks or 2 months could be, up and down. You may see expenses coming out of nowhere. You may even have to crack open the savings account a little bit. You may have to tap into money that you normally wouldn't, just to keep things balanced. And also, if is this transitioning from one home to another, because I see that too. And some of you could be really like leaving country, leaving state, making a big transition. That may be the reason why why you have to kind of like dip into certain accounts or go into certain funds, and spending extra money where your money is kind of going out rather than coming in. So there's that. excuse me, you working from home, Virgos, if you're in the public eye, you work from home, you may feel a little bit of a low period. Mercury is retrograde. That may be slowing you down a little bit as far as like your face being out there, people kind of paying you attention. So, expect things to change. I feel in August time, probably latter part of August. But it looks like a lot of I just see a lot of taking time off and kind of getting back to what matters, which could be matters of heart, trying to communicate, spending a lot of time, probably locally, spending a lot of great time at home with your loved one. Um, excuse me, and deciding to not work so much, not put in overtime or put in too much effort or energy right now, at least maybe for the next 4 days or I feel like it's more days. It could be up to a month's time, right? So for the first month you take off, or first few weeks you take off, and you're not pushing the pedal to the metal because you really want to spend some time with your partner. You're really enjoying the partnership that you have right now, and I feel that work seems to be taking a backseat. You're still kind of keeping the balls in the air, right? You're still going to be trying to figure out how do I, because maybe like 2 weeks out, 2 months out, it's like, okay, now I got to get back into reality, and the reality is work is calling, career is calling, business is calling. And so, I definitely don't want to press the pause button on this love. So now it's like learning the balance of work life, love life, right? Especially if you're going back or trying to reintegrate back into the working field when you've been so used to probably working from home or not working, being on leave, that sort of thing. So there's that integrating back into the normalcy of things. And some of you, if you're in that place, you may say to yourself, I don't know if I want this type of lifestyle anymore. I don't know if I want to go into the 9 to 5. I don't know if I want to do this anymore. So there is a sense of evaluating where you are, where you want to go, and then how do you get there, right? With all the moving parts that everyone's going through right now. So there's that. But work does call. I feel like there could be someone, if not you, it could be your male counterpart if you are a female, or the female here. Maybe playing hooky from work. I see that too. Just to, spend time. It's something about spending time together and really enjoying that time and not letting, like work and everything else that tends to be a stressors for some people. It's like, you know what? It'll be there tomorrow. If I'm here tomorrow, it'll be there tomorrow. It's a good thing. So let's get into love. Singles, you're very much single, enjoying being single. I feel for some of you are just really putting love on the back burner. You feel like, what you love right now is income. You love to be able to look at your home and feel like you're in the place that you've always wanted to be, striving for that perfect place, being the perfect you that you can be. I feel like some of you are cleaning out your system. You could be detoxing at this time. And again, trying to get balance and stability within self. Saving money is going to be important for some of you single Virgos out there. Not being able to get on the right page with someone who may allow work to rule them, right? And there isn't a balance. And so for some of you, you're trying to be a little bit, if this is you, you're trying to be a little bit more conscious about that, especially now that you may feel like you're in a more secure place financially, right? So single, and really focusing on more stability, knowing that eventually happiness for you will come. You're confident about that. It kind of stays within you in the back burner. It's not something that you sit and just dwell on. You know it'll be there. You know that you're a good stock and you have very good value that you can offer someone, and it's only a matter of time. Now, people around you, if you are engaging with people, I feel like some people are being phony and disingenuous, right? Some people are they don't get it. They equate value with what they're wearing, what they have, how good they look on paper, but they haven't done the emotional, mental, spiritual work, which really that's what relationships are really all about. At least in my opinion. And so there's not the real deep work. And if you feel that you're there, then you're going to quickly realize that people aren't on your level. There's also this kind of, for some of you, still healing, single Virgos, past relationships where you haven't completed fully, disconnected from situations of past. And there is sometimes at home, maybe you have someone that you're conversing with, getting to know, just a friendly person that you talk to. And there could be something there, but the work is just not being put in because again, you probably feel like, no, if I put too much energy into this, I already know that I'm going to be giving too much. I'm going to be overthinking too much, overanalyzing too much. It's just going to be a fool. So it's like right now, would love to be married, love to be in something real that you can share and build in this thing called life together. But no, quickly you kind of realize, and it could have been like a shock or just even epiphany, like not happening right now. And yeah, I feel like eventually, possibly by November time, some of you are going to be, this is going to, I'm not going to say it's eating away at you, but it will become more, it'll be, you're going to be more aware. Even may get a little down on yourself a little bit, not on yourself, but may feel a little bit out of sorts, especially around, I want to say November, because it's like, okay, I would prefer, I really do want to be in a relationship. So you may start feeling like that. But yeah, you do have some liars and some deceivers and people who are disingenuous. People may be just flaking on you one minute, they're giving you time and attention. Next minute you don't hear from them, that type of thing. Yeah. So I don't see, only thing that looks like it's coming your way is people that you can quickly see that aren't worth your time and that are liars and deceivers and, sneaky people. And that, obviously it's nothing long term with those types of people. Now, Virgo couples. When I first started putting down this reading, I said, okay, home life looking good. Let's spend some time. Okay. Enjoying. I just kept getting this overwhelming feeling of love. It was a little bit challenge here that I seen with the relationship that seems like it broke up. But I said, well, it could be, a number of things. Well, now it looks like for some of you Virgo couples, there's a breakup. It's an absolute breakup. There's a divorce. There's a, you get your things, you can leave. There's a, when are you coming to get your stuff? And how long is it going to take for us to get, you take your stuff, you take their stuff. Someone is not pleased about children. Children can be a factor too, which is a problem. Someone could be complaining that they haven't seen their children. And that's because the two of you are not on the same page. It's kind of disheartening and disappointing. I feel like it almost feels like it's going to get worse. Okay. Um, well, let me say this. Okay. If it stays in this energy, it'll get worse. Let me say that. But the reality of the situation is the family is broken. And why do I say it's going to get worse if it stays this way? Simply because, and sometimes it has to get bad before it can get better, right? And I say that because in order to exist with children, two people do have to have some type of harmony, right? Unless they're much older. And I feel that is what it is because it looks like whatever this connection was, it's no longer. There's no longer a connection. The two of you can't see eye to eye. There's, unrequited love to some extent. And I'm speaking to some of you Virgos with children, unrequited love. And so the other person, there's an issue with children here, is what it looks like to me, or not being able to get back together. For some of you with no children, it's just kind of, I want to say bad blood, but really not being very fond of each other right now at all. It could be, over money and, the superficial things, and just can't get on the same page where the two of you may have thought things were going to work out. And if you guys are still talking, which it looks like for some of you could definitely still be trying to communicate, like, where do we go from here? Obviously, if there's still things that binds the two of you, there is still this talking about where do we go from here. I feel someone felt like they weren't being paid enough attention to. Someone didn't appreciate the other person, right? It was almost like there could never be an equal standing at the same time. You being the best you can does not devalue me, or me being a great person does not in turn devalue you. And I feel someone here just could not see two people as equal. They needed to be shown more attention. They needed more respect. They needed more control. They needed more. And the more that they needed, it literally took away from the other person. And so that too could be the reason why there's a lot of resentment here. I feel resentment and disdain. And I feel for someone out of these two people, that's going to fester into more negative attitude. So that's why I say it can get a little it can get worse before it gets better. This is a feeling I'm getting, guys. It's a feeling. Yeah, the cards are here, yes, but it's a feeling that I'm getting as I'm looking at the story of these cards. Now, so again, if you guys are communicating with this person, is talking to be had with you and this person, it may, you guys may be making some type of decisions of, can we move forward? Should we move forward? How would that look with us moving forward? Especially if there's children involved, or you have business together and it's like, well, damn, how are we going to separate the money? How now are we going to handle this business? Be careful. Somebody in the equation has a trick up their sleeve. Also, I feel if you're trying to just get back together and all of these other strings attached aren't there, it may seem like the two of you are really going to make those strides from now. I feel even up and through August to some extent. But be careful. I want to say be careful, because somebody's not going to want to work on this. Somebody's just going to quickly decide, I'm not going to work on this. So if you're still being physical with someone, I would say be careful. And it's going to be really rocky the next 2 weeks, 2 months. If this goes on for 2 years, it's going to be a rocky 2 years, up and down, in and out on this situation, because there's something here that is broken. It's broken. And it's very difficult because family, because, how long you've known each other, because there's business involved. It's because of, there's so many becauses, right? For some of you, as to why this can linger out longer, even though whoever you are I'm speaking to, it's past its expiration day. Someone here doesn't want to be committed. They don't want to be monogamous, right? And someone wants to be free. I think you both want to be free, but in separate ways, right? There's things that has come out that someone has taken time to process, to understand, to accept, to review, to analyze. And they may realize that I need to make some type of definitive choice, right? Because your life literally is hanging in the balance until you do that. Now, Mercury is retrograde, so perhaps this is not the best time to want to, make any major changes. And it looks like the two of you, or at least someone here, isn't necessarily going to be, there's no finite. I don't see finite, but I definitely see heartbreak. Control is the problem. A lot of isolation. Someone is too quiet. Needing to move out of it. Some of you are not in a good, like where you live is not healthy for your relationship. Okay. And I feel for some of you, there may be even discussions like, well, maybe we need to move. Maybe we need to make some adjustments, that sort of thing. There will be to stop all of the confusion. And it may, for a while, if that's your remedy of moving or not communicating, that obviously will stop the drama, But there's a sense of things not really being dealt with, even if they're being said. Things are not 100% being dealt with. Someone is an in and out person. They've been an in and out person. And there's been, a lot of addiction, sex addiction, drug addiction, addictions, right? And this person, someone always promises that they're going to be better. This time around, they're going to be better, right? Even if it's control issues, someone has a lot of issues here. And, yeah, some of you, there's a third party here. Having to decide between two, right? Some of you, it's a third party. You need to decide between two. Some of you, you're the problem, okay? One part of you, it's like you're two different people. One part of you wants to be committed and monogamous and real. And then the more that you stay in that energy, the other side of you wants to burst out and be with everything that you've ever hoped for and ever longed for. And it seems like when you're in a committed relationship, that urge to want to be with somebody else, it takes over. You see people that you want more than you normally would. You know, that type of thing. It's nothing but the devil. It's just the devil. The devil gets in you. Now, it can get in you or it can get in someone else. And I know some people may say, no, it's him, or it's her, it's her. But the devil gets in someone. And it's hard. I don't give a damn how much they pray. I don't care how much they meditate. I don't care how much water they drink. I don't give a damn if they change their diet. It gets in them. It gets in them. It gets in them. And they lack discipline. Someone here just lacks discipline. And I feel the other person is losing love or losing respect, losing the want to fight for this anymore. Someone has had it. So the reality of this relationship really has taken its toll. And I feel like the I don't know I know what I want to say. I just can't think of the word. The promises is not going to do it this time around because somebody realizes that these are promises you damn sure can't keep. It's so many problems. You don't even understand how deep your problems run. Someone's problems or someone's hangups or someone's addictions, they run deep. And I know some of you Virgos are saying, you know what, Jess, I get so tired. Just come on in here. We know what she's going to say. Relationships. I'm not the only person talking about Virgo relationships and third parties and, you know, relationships that are very problematic. I'm not the only person. Okay. And I would love to give you a great reading. But who I'm reading for now is for these Virgos that are in a committed relationship, either married, was going to get married, has been operating as a married couple, but you have children, you have business, you have other things that are tied up, or you've been together for a long time, or you're very sentimental with one another. You've been doing this for a long time. And now this is the reality of something has changed. And it's kind of like going back to it. You're only going to get what you have is what it looks like to me. Okay. Now, I'm going to say something for some of you. And I saw it when I first put the cards down. And so for some of you, I'm going to say it. There's someone here, and this is not for just Virgos. This could be cross watchers, but there is someone here that has been in a third party situation. You, either third party person, right, who entered into a union, or you who invited a third party in your union, when you become single, your next relationship, and this is not for everyone, this is a general, but your next relationship, okay, you are going to experience the same karma. You're going to live out that karma, but on the flip end, right? So you're going to be the person in the relationship dealing with a third party situation. Okay, I did see that because there's karma in third party situations. And whoever did what is like literally, it's like a Rubik's Cube. The chairs change around, but it's going to be another cycle of karma. But the chairs are going to change around, if that makes any sense. So we're going to, in the extended, we're going to look at this other person. How do they feel about you? How do they feel about the relationship? What is a challenge in a relationship? What secrets are they keeping? What do they want to tell you deep down inside? How do they see you? Where do they want this relationship to go? What will their actions be? And ultimately, what's going to be the outcome of your relationship? Now, some people may be saying, what do you mean? You already said. Those extendeds tell a whole different story because we look further out, deep down, months out from now. We're also going to look at Aries through Pisces. How do they feel about you? So if you're interested, you can click the link in the description box below. If you would like to share, do so in the comment section below. If you would like a personal reading with me, you can click the link to my website and set something up for yourself. And if you are new to this channel, welcome and subscribe because I will be back very soon with another one. Take care, Virgo.